friends, welcome back to my channel, or if you are new to this channel, welcome. My name is Mary. We got my assistant right next to me, Mr. Capitan. He's checking out all the reptiles today. He usually doesn't, but usually I film in the morning time and all the reptiles have yet to be out and everybody's kind of active right now, so he's just saying hi to everybody. Come here, say hi to your friends online. Come here, they love to see you. Say hello, come on. You need to go potty? Huh? Say hello, baby. Okay, we're gonna get through this video and then we'll go out and play, okay? You wanna go play? Got a kissy? Give me a kissy. Give me a kissy. Oh, I love him. Okay, he didn't really give me a kiss. He just does like a half kiss, maybe because he doesn't like to taste my makeup. Anyways, in today's video, I am going to tell you 5 things that you really need to consider before purchasing one of these. I feel like sometimes in my videos, I make it seem very glamorous and easy, but honestly, if you've been following me for a while, you know I put a lot of time, a lot of research, a lot of money into Capitan for him to be the perfect boy that he is. I also do want to say I'm not a professional dog trainer. Capitan is actually my first Rottweiler, my first personal big dog, but when I was growing up my whole life, I was around thoroughbreds, horses, large dogs that were not my own, so I felt like I was set up in my younger life to be able to handle one of these guys. I definitely, when it comes to animals, have a training later dominant type of personality, so if you don't have any of those right off the bat, don't, because these guys will walk all over you. But before we get into the video, it would mean the world to me if you hit that subscribe button, notification bell, follow me on all socials. Links are going to be down below like always. Now, my first question is, like, do you honestly really know what you're getting into? Because if you just watch my videos, you probably just have only seen like the positive sides of me taking him on walks, him hanging out around other dogs, him just being the best boy, which he is. But don't get me wrong, like I said, it took me a lot of time for him to get that way, but he also has his bad sides. He is very stubborn and sometimes overly protective. I didn't train him to the way that he is. He could be a weapon, like a killing machine, and it kind of makes me laugh sometimes when people get freaked out when I bust out my little corn snake and like, oh my god, it's gonna bite me and hurt me. And by him, like, he could kill you. He'll mess up. You need to go potty? Like, he will mess up your whole face. I'm gonna wrap it up, okay? So just keep it on low, okay? He can be extremely strong. Like, if there is a dog, like 2 years ago, if there was a dog that he wanted to see, I wasn't really that confident that I would be able to pull him back using different harnesses on him. We got it under control. I also like to tell people, like, have you actually hung around Rottweilers? Because it might not be your cup of tea. Capitan is so different from my Labrador's personality. My number one thing is I always tell people, hang out with the animal that you want before getting it, because it might not be what you thought it was going to be. He doesn't like everybody. He's very protective. I do have to think about Capitan's needs before mine, just because I know what triggers him. So he's not, you know, if you want a dog that's easy-go-lucky, I mean, go get a Labrador. But you have to read him, you have to know him, you know what he likes, what he doesn't like. And he could be extremely, like, needy when it comes to playing with the ball. One thing about him, he doesn't slobber, which I know some Rottweilers do. Like I said, every Rottie is going to be a little bit different. But my number one question is, like, have you actually hung out with the breed? Have you walked them? Have you seen how they are around with other dogs? Have you heard the Rottie purr? Hang out with them for like a couple days. Maybe babysit one if you can, to see if that's really going to be your breed. Does your lifestyle fit for a Rottweiler? Me, when I was 21 years old, there's absolutely no way I had time for a Rottweiler. I was too busy going out, going to my job, changing and going out and partying or hanging out with my friends. And now that I am settled down, my lifestyle fits because I'm pretty much home all the time. If I do travel, I have somebody that watches Cappy, that is not afraid of him, that is safe, that he gets along with other dogs. So you have to consider all of these things. Like, am I gone all the time? And this would be actually for any dog, you know. Don't get a dog just because you think you need a friend when you want one. Like, they need you all the time. I hate when people just get dogs just because they're lonely and then something happens in their life and now their dog's kicked to the curb. Like, and honestly for me, like back when I was young, I always wanted to go out. So it'd be like my dog or going out. I would choose going out. I love hanging out with my dogs, being around my dogs, and I stay at home pretty often. I do travel, but I have like a babysitter that knows Cappy. Mom would watch him when he was a puppy, and that would be fine. But she got some male dogs, and as he grew up, it wasn't okay anymore. Cappy wasn't okay to stay at that house, and I had to find another babysitter. So thank God my aunt, her doodles get along with him. That's a male. She's very trustworthy. She's not afraid of him. She has that pack leader mentality. So I 100% trust her with them, because could you imagine giving your Rottweiler to somebody that does not know them? It could be so dangerous. Like, first of all, your Rottie is going to already be on edge because he's not with you. They don't know what triggers them. They get triggered pretty easily if they don't like something. So if you travel a lot, never home, if your life is constantly changing, like you're moving all the time, just hold off because they need you. Once again, this goes for every dog, but Cappy costs me a lot of money. Now, initially, of course, buying a Rottie is going to cost you money, but you also have to think about the puppy shots, puppy checkups. Like, from 5 years ago to now, vets are so expensive, which is the reason why a lot of dogs are in the shelter, because people just don't have money to take care of them. Like, a average trip is going to be for me $150 no matter what. It's going to be $80 to get them checked, and then for whatever is going on, they're going to need a vet assistance and the medicine and just this and that, a disposable fee. Like, it just all adds up. And I can imagine, you know, people thinking I'm going to get a dog and I'm just going to spend the initial amount and that's it. No, no, no. The money is forever getting thrown because of him. And I expected that. I knew that. So I pay money for his high quality food. High quality food means he's going to be feeling good, which means hopefully less health problems, longer life. You know, he doesn't have any, he's not obese because he's on good dog food. He doesn't have any skin issues because he's on good dog food. So that does help out a lot, but is his bag $80 and does he go through it a month? Yes. And do I make him, you know, ground turkey and veggies? Yes. Does that all add up? Yes. So, I mean, I think I did a video on how much he cost. I think it was monthly. And I think it rounded up to like $800 because I also do have insurance for him for emergencies. His vitamins that he gets for his joints. He doesn't get groomed at the groomer. I take him a bath, but some people don't want to groom their dogs in their house because it smells, so that adds up. Groomers are like $100 just to groom, I swear. I mean, maybe that's just California. I do have to get his nails trimmed. So, dog food, insurance, emergency money in case of anything happens. It adds up, and that's why people it doesn't cross people's minds. Like, vets are so expensive, and it's really ridiculous and sad because that's another reason why we have so many dogs in the pound, is because people can't afford medical bills. I can barely afford human bills, let alone his bills, but the insurance does help out. Space. Will you have space? And how long are you going to have that space? So, like I said before, like, if your life is all over the place, you're constantly moving, probably just don't get a dog, because yes, you might get a Rottie and have a big backyard, but you might be renting, and who knows what's going to happen. Is that space, are you going to always have some kind of space? If you don't have the space, do you have the time? The time to wake up in the morning, like cold mornings, to go take them out to use the restroom, because I definitely don't see a Rottweiler, even a Rottweiler puppy, using potty pads. Although, like, Cappy has, his energy level has gone down because of his age, he still loves to go outside, sniff around in his yard, and he loves going on walks. Walks are really important because it exposes him to other dogs and other people. I don't let him like meet other dogs leash to leash. And it also lets him get out to smell different smells. They need that for their brain, otherwise that's one thing that they can get aggressive about because they're just seeing the same thing every day and getting angry. Like, that's a true statement. They will get mad at you. You need to let your dog have some fresh air. You need to have time. I have heard that like some houses, condos, apartments just won't let the breed Rottweilers in, so that could be a hard trying to find a spot, or you might have to pay more money. All right, so we're kind of wrapping it up towards the end, and people told me I would get judged because I owned a Rottweiler, and I was like judged in a way that like I was trying to be like cool because I had one. No, they judged Cappy. One time I was at a brewery, and the lady's like, "Oh, Rottweilers, are they known to kill children?" And, you know, I had a few beers in me, and luckily I just zipped my lip and didn't say anything to her. But also just dirty looks or people like pulling their dog away, which is understandable. It's just unfortunate that other people have made a bad name for this breed. Some Rottweilers are not allowed like at dog spots, doggy daycares, boarding, hotels. So you have to be able, or like people pulling their dog away or picking them up when you're walking by, which is honestly fine because Cappy would probably try to go up and sniff them. It's just unfortunate because not all, but most people that purchase Rottweilers purchase them because they're big, bad, and scary and want that type of looking dog until the big, bad, scary dog you can't handle anymore and then becomes aggressive because you don't understand them. Like, I feel there's a few breeds like this that are just so smart, they're too smart for their own good, they'll outsmart their owners, and people these days are just not all there. Don't get them if you're getting it for the look. I got Cappy 10 because my great grandma did have one, and I do remember being young and her always like not being a very loving dog, like, but always just on standby protecting and watching me, and I always wanted her just to love me, but I knew to give her space, and I just loved that about her. She just knew what her job was, and her job was just to watch. Cappy 10 really does give a lot of affection and kisses, and does growl at me. I mean, I call it the Rotty purr, but I have to listen to that and respect that. If he's telling me I don't want you in my face, like, that should be enough. I should respect him. I recently just saw a lady on TikTok who owned a dog like all her life. It wasn't a Rotty. I won't say what breed it was, but the dog, she went up to give it a kiss and did a little growl and ripped her face apart. So like, they need to tell you once and that should be it. So they're not just a little chihuahua. You can pick up, all those chihuahuas are vicious. Any dog at the end of the day, they can do some major damage. You just need to respect them, understand them, know what you're getting into. The fact that I see so many of them in the pound, the shelters these days, because it's usually at the age of 6 months where they're in their teenager stage and they're testing you. And if you're not around ever, like, how is that dog going to have a bond with you and love you? I truly believe that if you raise them right, like I have Cappy 10, they can be amazing, but Cappy 10 does have his moments. Like, I had a Christmas party with a bunch of drunk girls, and I looked each and every one of them in the face. Do not pet Cappy 10 in the face. No, he's not going to bite you. He just doesn't like it. Just let him sniff you, pet him in the back, give him a treat, take a photo with him. But just don't be all up in his grill. Don't be annoying. He's already overwhelmed. He doesn't know you. And everybody listened and everything was fine. But if you don't speak for your dog, they're going to do their own thing. And sometimes it doesn't always end up the right way. So I love this breed. I really do. And my vlogs are too. Like, Cappy is such a gem. He is. But that's because I keep him out of harm's way, and I understand him and I spend time with him, and he gets the attention he needs. So, and he gets proper food and love and money, all my money. But anyways, I will do some more Rottweiler videos. I love chatting about Cappy. He is the best boy, but he's definitely not for everybody. But thank you guys for listening to me rant and chat about Mr. Capitan. We love him so much. And comment down below what type of Rottweiler videos you would like to see next. But until the next time, I will see you guys.